Hi there, welcome to this walkthrough of how I use the Army Painter Desert Yellow triad to undercoat my Armageddon Steel Legion. I start off with the darkest of the three, just testing it in my airbrush here before applying it to the model. For the darkest tone, the Barren Yellow, I want to cover the entire miniature. It's okay if there's a few darker areas left, those will just serve as the darkest shaded areas, but I want to make sure that there are no fully black areas anywhere on the miniature. I base coated these in matte black, but you can see that even on top of that, the Barren Yellow really has great coverage. I'm moving the miniature back and forth, making sure to hit it from different angles, ensuring that I'm not getting too much paint anywhere. The paint that I'm using here is unthinned, but even then it actually flows very nicely through the airbrush. This is a 0.25 needle and still getting really nice flow. The Barren Yellow is definitely the part that takes the longest. So out of the 40 or so minutes, I spent about half of it on just the base coat. The second layer is the Desert Yellow itself. This is the mid-tone. I'm just going to apply it straight on top of the Barren Yellow. And you'll see as I spray onto this tissue paper that once it starts flowing through, it's a bit lighter than the base layer, but it's not too much of a difference. For this one, I'm applying it from about a 45-degree angle. I don't want to cover the entire miniature. I instead want to leave it as kind of a highlight on the more raised areas and on the upper part of the miniature. I repeat this for all of the miniatures, and I spend quite a bit less time on this because it takes far less time to cover, of course, now that I'm not doing a full base coat. Finally, I go over the miniatures one last time, now with the yellow Dune, the highlight of this triad. For the highlight, I am focusing the colour on the very tops of the models, spraying at a 75 to 90 degree angle. So as you'll see, this makes a huge difference, but it also really shows that shading effect I wanted. The greatcoats now look very close to the mustard yellow that I want, and the rest of the miniatures should be easy to work on with speed paints and acrylics. Thanks for following along. I've listed the paints and airbrush that I used here at the end. I'll update you when I have more details.